Okay, today we have a patio heater repair. Tried to use this device. It's a propane fired tall heater. Some people may even call it a commercial heater. Tried to use it last night, and lo and behold, it'll run for a few minutes and shut down. Pilot will not stay lit, and without the pilot lit, you cannot get the burners to ignite. They will not come on. I think this is a Sunjoy, a PH 2800B. Got it from Sam's, I believe. Works pretty good when it's operating, but right now it does not operate. Okay, now we have the unit brought into my work area. You can see how I have it set up to where we can work on this thing at a decent height. We'll be taking this part off, which is called the engine, which houses the pilot and the burners. This is this area here, but this whole component here is called the engine. We'll have to remove this top and be able to get to the mechanisms. We'll be using standard type tools, socket wrench. This is a 1/2 inch stock. Basic hand tools should be all we need. Starting with this 1/2 inch socket. Okay, so I was able to break this nut loose. 17 millimeter wind up 11/16, same thing. What I did is I used a whack on the hammer to break it loose, and that came loose. Got it out. Okay, again, I'm trying to zoom in the way you can see some of those Phillip head screws in this area. There's, I think, like 4 or 5 of them around the circumference of this item. We'll be taking those out, and again, that should give us access to the unit. Okay, now to get to the engine and get to the other components, we're going to need to get this off of here, and there's a gas line running in here. To get to that, we're going to need to remove it from this point right here. I don't know if you can see it right here. And to do that, then we also have to remove this gas line. Disconnect that plate where the gas line is, and that will allow us to pull it through, and there's going to be a coupling up at the top. We'll disconnect. Those are 10 millimeter. Those nuts that I'm going to remove from the pole, which will release the engine, and also is the same here. This gas line, that plate was 10 millimeter. That will allow this gas line to be pulled up through there to the connection that will allow us to take this unit out of there. And this is the coupling we'll be taking loose to get us to the engine. It's a quick connect. Alright. You'll have to use all the ingenuity to get old rusted screws out. But this is what we had. This collar will come out, then we should be able to pull it apart. Okay, we've got the engine removed. Now we're trying to gain access into the area where the burners, the burner, and the pilot and thermocouple is. The actual burner itself, screws removed. All of these screws can be departed anytime you have heat with screws and corrosion, you can anticipate trouble. Okay, we're going to remove the burner. Now to do that, and there was a shroud that was in here. I've already taken it out, but there's a nut. This nut will have to be removed, and that will allow this burner to come out. We can clean it up, blow it out, what have you. So I'll be taking this nut off and removing the burner. And the burner comes off like so. Keep all your parts together. And that's the burner. Again, we'll clean it up, blow it out with some compressed air, and have it nice and clean. And then the next thing will be getting to this pilot. Okay, now to get to the pilot, be able to clean it, which is, if you look back this way, you can see it, and it looks very, very dirty. You can see where I've had to grind those screws off. I'll be having to get those out as well. And I may wind up with the same issue on this side. Get this cover off with, remove these two screws. That'll get this stainless steel cover off and give us access all the way around. And there we have full access to the thermocouple. This is the igniter and the actual pilot. Okay, so now we are getting to the actual thermocouple itself. We've removed the screws that was holding this housing around. We're going to take all the screws off of here. Take this out so that we can get to the entire thermocouple, which is this item here. This tubing goes to here. So we'll remove that, and hopefully I'll find a replacement for it, and we'll be able to install a new one. Okay, thermostat's removed. This is what it looks like once it's been taken out. You can see it's a like a 1/8 copper tube. You have the probe on the end for the thermocouple, and then the connection on the opposite end. This is where the actual millivolts are transmitted out to. So we're going to go see if we can find a replacement. All right, we found the thermocouple. This was the old one we found. It's not exact, wasn't exactly the same length, but it was long enough to work. You can see it here. We've got it connected back in. We've put the outer housing back on. We'll just reassemble this, just the opposite of what we did to take it apart. And we'll give it a go, see what happens. We'll have to install the burner, the rest of the housing, and go from there. Okay, we got all of the heater reassembled. It's just a reverse order of what we did when we took it apart. And now we're gonna see if we've got a operating system. I don't know if you can see it, but it's in the off position. We're gonna move it to pilot. Now I've already purged it, so I'm gonna move it to pilot. I'm going to try this igniter. The battery's not at the greatest, so the igniter's not working because of the battery. Okay, we have a pilot. Now we'll see if it remains on. would suggest about 1 minute. Pilot is remain lit. So that's your first move, and we're down up to low heat. And we have ignition. Houston, we have ignition. And like you can see, it's on low heat now. She is operating. Okay. That took us through that project. And hopefully you can have the same luck I did with a similar project.